The 1-2 Redbirds of Illinois State welcome in D2 opponent Ferris State to Redbird Arena in Normal, Illinois. It's the Valley on ESPN3 next. Welcome into Redbird Arena on the campus of Illinois State University. I'm Andy Olson, joined by my color man Steve Rosala, and we have an interesting early college basketball game for you here tonight. It's the Ferris State Bulldogs and the Illinois State Redbirds. Last week, the Ferris State Bulldogs were defeated by Wisconsin Parkside and Jim Wink Arena, and the Illinois State Redbirds facing off against Big 12 opponent TCU lost that game late. So both teams coming into this game with losses, and it'll be interesting to see what the teams will do from here to try and carry momentum throughout the season. We're going to move on to players of the game with Steve Rosales. Steve, who are you looking out for today?
Well, over on the Ferris State side, it's definitely Zach Hankins. I talked to Coach Dan Muller prior to this contest. He said he's a double-double machine. He's a big guy, big frame, 6'10", 240 pounds, and he's only a sophomore. He started every game so far for Ferris State, and he's definitely going to be a force for a little bit of an undersized Illinois State team.
Now looking at the ISU player to watch, who do you think will be big for them?
It's the senior leader. It's Paris Lee. He comes into this contest with just needing 12 steals to reach 200 in his career since he's been here his 4 years at Illinois State University. He turns the ball over, and you're going to want to do that. Illinois State loves to play up-tempo. If they can turn the ball over and get out on the run, it'll turn into easy transition points.
Time now for Steve's Keys to the Game, presented by Casey's General Store. Steve, how are you feeling for Ferris State today?
Well, for Ferris State, it's defying the odds. If you look at the winning percentage of D1 teams against non-Division I opponents, it's at 98%. So they're definitely not favored to win this game by any means. But in order to do that, they have to find their flow from long distance. They got to shoot the three. Upset start by hitting the long distance shot. Ferris State comes into this game just shooting 26.1% from beyond the arc. They're going to need to be much higher than that if they want to defeat the Redbirds here on Doug Collins Court. And finally, take care of the basketball. When you're a team that's an underdog coming in, when you turn the ball over, you start to panic, you make decisions that you're not used to making. Make sure you take care of that basketball, and maybe they can keep this one close.
For the Redbirds?
And for Illinois State, it's finding that mojo. This is a game that does not affect the RPI by any means, playing the non-Division I opponent, but that doesn't mean that you want to start falling into bad habits. You still want to play the game the right way, come out with the right attitude, and put together a solid 40 minutes. You want everybody to play here tonight. Illinois State has only used a 7-man rotation so far during this season. They're going to need that. They can't have guys playing 35, 36 minutes a night. They're going to have their freshman, Madison Williams, returning from a concussion. He will get extended minutes tonight, along with Andre Washington. So some guys can really earn the trust of Dan Muller. And finally, get on the glass. Illinois State knows they're a bit of an undersized team. With Zach Hankins up front for Ferris State, he's going to cause problems in the paint. But if you're Illinois State, be aggressive, box out, find a man, and grab those boards.
Steve's Keys to the Game is brought to you by Casey's General Store. Stop in today for the Casey's Meal Deal. Get a large single-topping pizza and order of breadsticks and 10 wings for just $19.99. Casey's, famous for pizza. Now moving into the lineups. Today's starting lineups are brought to you by Illinois Ford dealers. Visit localfordstores.com. For Ferris State, it is Drew Cushenberry, who missed all the season last year. Starting at guard, it's Peter Furlick. At the other guard, Noah King, Quentin Ruff, and the big center that we've talked about earlier, Zach Hankins. He is what Dan Muller described as a double-double machine. And for ISU, it's the transfer Phil Fain starting at forward, Deontay Hawkins, DJ Clayton, Paris Lee, and the big junior, Mikal McIntosh, rounding things out.